Hey, my name is Colt McCall. I'm going to tell you about the social injustice that is poaching. What is poaching exactly? Poaching is the hunting or killing or capturing of protected animals. Up on the slide you have some protected animals that are poached every day. Gorillas, elephants, seals, whales. And gorillas are poached for their hands and feet, which in some places are considered a delicacy. Tigers, there used to be 9 subspecies of tiger out there. Now there's only 5 or 6. The total, around 3,200 tigers left in the world due to poaching. How about we look at some of the traps that these animals are caught in. The first trap here is a snare trap. The one on the top left is a neck snare. The animal runs into it or walks into it, it gets caught around its neck, and it is essentially trapped, and it can't go anywhere. There's only one thing that trap does, and as the animal struggles, it just tightens and tightens and tightens, eventually choking and killing the animal. And if the animal's not dead, by the time the poacher gets there, the poacher ends up killing it. The one on the right is a foot snare. It works the same way as a neck snare, except for it is around the foot or the lower limb. It gets tighter and tighter and tighter as the animal struggles, making the pain worse. And by the time a poacher gets there, they'll kill the animal and take what they need from the animal. The picture on the bottom is a giraffe that was caught in a neck snare, and as you can see, it's strangled to death. Some traps that they use, the one on the top left, or top right, is a pit trap. The poachers dig a trap big enough for big game, rhinos, elephants, and they cover it with grass, sticks, something light, so when the animal walks over it, falls in there. The animal falls in, and at that point the animal's trapped, and it's just a waiting game until the poacher gets there and he kills the animal. The one on the bottom is a bear trap-like contraption. The animal steps in it. It's caught next to like a tree or something, tied onto the tree, and the animal steps in it. Can't go anywhere. It latches on. At that point, it's just a sitting duck. Some guns that are used. It's interesting because these guns that these poachers use are military-grade weapons. They get them off the black market, and they trade for them, ivory, the rhino horns, and stuff like that, and trade and get weapons that they use to poach animals. All the really good poachers will use tranquilizers from a helicopter, and they'll shoot the animal goes down 10-20 seconds, and is out for a while. By that time, the animal wakes up, the part of the animal is already confiscated. The animal wakes up, or if the animal doesn't wake up, sometimes they'll kill the animal anyway. But usually, the animal will wake up and usually die from severe wounds, secondary infection, stuff like that. That's a picture on the bottom of military-grade AK-47s that poachers would use to tie animals. Marine mammals are poached with harpoons, spears, bow and arrows. Harpoons are attached to the boat. They shoot the whales with the harpoon and drag them into the top of the boat, and then kill the whales there and harvest the blubber. Inuits use spears and bow and arrows, as you can see. The bow and arrow will be tied to a rope, and when the Inuit or Eskimo shoots it, they hit the animal so they can reel the animal back in. Now that we've seen some devices that have been used to catch animals, let's look at some of the animals in Africa that are poached. Elephants. Elephants are the heaviest land animal and the second tallest next to giraffe, coming in at 12 to 14 feet tall and weighing 6 to 7 tons. Their tusks can grow 8 feet long to 130 pounds for one tusk. And skin's about 2.5 inches thick. That's what see why you need a big weapon to bring down an elephant. according to the elephantconservation.org, elephants are vulnerable slash threatened in Africa. A tusk on the black market goes for about $95 a pound. So do the math there, 95 times 130, that's over $12,000 a tusk. So you can see why an animal's poached like that. Rhinos. Rhinos are actually being poached more than elephants nowadays. According to CNN, the rhino poaching stats have actually gone up the last 2-3 years. 200-300 last year has gone up to almost 500 this year. Rhino can weigh up to 4,500 pounds. Its horn is made of keratin, which is the same thing your fingernails and your hair is made out of. There's a couple different ways they can sell it. They can either sell it on the black market as a horn or as a powder. They grind up the horn into a powder, and the powder goes for about $45,000 a pound. So that's whales. They're also poached, not as much as elephants and rhinos, but they're poached for their blubber, and seals are also poached for their blubber and coats. And seal clubbing is an ongoing issue. It's pretty bad. So the next time you play pool, play piano, play dominoes, or think about someone that has cancer, or if you ladies wear lipstick, blubber is actually in lipstick. Just think about what animal might have been poached to get that good.